Hi everybody, it's Lindey. So, why am I dressed like this, do you ask? Well, that's a really good question. I have been receiving a lot of hateful comments and hate mail that apparently this is how I should be dressing in order to be taken seriously about business. Yeah, apparently, if you can see any of my skin, I'm using it to get views, and what I have to say is pointless and irrelevant. But guess what? I had a husband dictate to me what I was allowed to wear for 6 years. I am not about to let some strangers tell me what I can wear on camera, okay? If any of my viewers were at all offended by what I was wearing in the last few videos that I've done, I'm genuinely sorry. I was just dressing how I normally dress, and I guess I just wasn't, thinking about the fact that maybe I was on camera and I needed to cover up a little bit. I don't know. So, if anybody was offended by what I was wearing, I am genuinely sorry. I apologize. But to the haters that left me nasty comments that I deleted, and emails that were harsh and completely unnecessary, I do know what I'm talking about. If I didn't, I wouldn't be making videos. And I don't need to cover myself with a blanket to be taken seriously, okay? And to the couple of you that sent me some cute flirty emails about it, I'm not talking about you. Those were not harsh. I'm talking about the other ones. The ones that were like super duper harsh. Not you guys. You guys are funny. Now that I got that out of my system, hi everybody again, it's Lindey. Apparently I'm not for everybody. I just wanted to do a really quick video about some confusion I think a lot of new sellers are having. The confusion about first class. What is considered first class? What is considered not first class? I have said in a couple of my videos that something weighs 14 ounces or 15 ounces and it's gonna go first class. Well, I get a lot of comments and email questions about, well, I had something that was 14 ounces and I took it to the post office and they told me it couldn't go first class. What's the deal? Okay, here's the deal. It's really very simple. This should be over really quick. If you purchase your shipping labels through eBay, eBay considers 16 ounces or rather 15.9 ounces and below first class. And you do get a discount on your shipping when you print your labels through eBay. So if you are selling stuff and you're printing your labels wherever you're doing business, your home, your office, wherever, if you are printing your labels through eBay, it can be weighing up to 15.9 ounces. Now, if you just take a package to the post office and say, here, mail this for me, then it's 13 ounces. 13 ounces is the cutoff. Anything over 13 ounces is gonna have to go parcel or priority. It's gonna have to go something other than first class. First class only goes up to 13 ounces. So that is another reason why it is always best to print your shipping labels through eBay, because they give you lots of reasons, okay? You can ship heavier stuff and pay less for it, and they give you discounts on the shipping cost. And the discounts are pretty significant, like $1 or more. So it's totally worth it to buy your shipping label through eBay. If you cannot print your shipping labels through eBay, if you don't have a printer or something like that, then when you're creating your listing, you want to make sure that when you are doing the actual listing, when you are selecting the shipping service, that you do it correctly. If you know that it's 14 ounces or 15 ounces, don't select first class, because if it's buyer paid shipping, what's going to happen is the buyer is going to pay X amount of dollars for first class at those ounces, but you might not get that rate. Okay, I can't give you exact numbers just because I have always, well, not have always, but in recent years, I have printed my labels through eBay. So I don't know what kind of a price difference it is for 14 and 15 ounces at the post office versus printing at home. But you could run into the buyer didn't pay enough for shipping. You know, the buyer might give you $4.35 for shipping, but it costs you $6 to ship it because it's not really first class because it weighs 14 or 15 ounces. So you have to be careful. If you know that you have to take the package into the post office, select parcel for sure. Select parcel. That way you know that whatever the buyer pays for shipping, it's going to cover the cost. Okay? And really, that's all there is to it. That's what all the confusion is about. So if any of you new sellers have heard other resellers talk about sending something first class that's over 13 ounces and you've been totally confused by it, that's just what we're talking about. We all print our shipping labels at home, so anything under 16 ounces to us is first class. However, the post office doesn't see things that way, so you have to be careful. Make sure you weigh things, especially if you cannot print your shipping labels at home through eBay. But it's totally worth the investment if you're going to be a serious reseller. It is totally worth the investment to purchase a printer so that you can print your shipping labels at home through eBay. It pays off because you get discounts and you can ship higher weighted items at first class. So you can't do it, right? And speaking of printers, you don't have to have a fancy printer, okay? I've been an eBay seller for a decade and I still use an inkjet. Yeah, I still use an inkjet. I sell around 150, 200 items a month and I print everything on my inkjet printer. It's an inkjet printer that I got for like 75 bucks. Yeah. And I do use, you know, shipping labels that I print them on. But I have to admit, I just started that recently. I'm a cheapskate. I am such a cheapskate, which leads me to, I'm going to be making a video on shipping supplies for cheapskates. So that video is coming if you want to save money on shipping supplies. But, you know, up until recently, all my shipping has been done on white copy paper on my inkjet printer. That's it. Only about a month ago did I actually start with the shipping labels. I can't say that I'm like, oh, thank God I switched to shipping labels. I mean, it's nice. It speeds up shipping a little bit, I guess, and I use less tape, but I don't like the fact that I have shipping labels on my printer and I have to worry about it because my printer is in another part of my house and the way I have my whole setup, it's out of the way, and so it's inconvenient to have the labels in the printer all the time. It's just, But anyway, if you want to print your labels at home, you don't need a fancy setup. You really don't. You need white copy paper and a printer that prints. That's about it. You don't need a fancy laser jet. You don't need a thermal printer. You don't need to go out and buy a fancy label printer that is thermal ribbon and special paper that's going to cost you a fortune. I mean, you can work your way up there. Sure. Who knows? Maybe I will one day. But for now, save the money. Save it. Save it to buy more stuff. Yeah. So anyway, you guys, that's just a really quick video. It's just a question that I've been getting. I thought you guys might benefit from the answers. You know, if you are a seasoned reseller that watched this video to the end, you know, thank you for watching it. But you know, it's probably useless to you. But anyway, I thought it might help somebody, so that's why I did it. So anyway, if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to me yet, I hope that you will. You know, even though I'm not gonna dress like this in all my videos, I would hope that you would still subscribe to me because I promise that I'm legit. Anyway, I'm not just showing skin to get views on YouTube. So anyway, thank you guys. I'll see you with my next video. Bye.